one of the main types of private water supplies is a borehole. These are by far the most superior supplies of water when compared to other sources. They offer consistent, reliable flow, meaning that you need never suffer the ongoing worry, day after day, of whether you will have enough water, as you might for the other water sources previously discussed. The reason why boreholes are so very good is due to where the water comes from. As you can see from this diagram, there are two reservoirs of water in the ground we can draw from, separated by a layer of impermeable bedrock. Water above this layer is referred to as unconfined, as it is free to flow where it will, as well as being subject to the other factors affecting surface water supplies, which were detailed when we discussed wells and springs earlier on. However, below the initial layer of bedrock, running through fissures and channels of porous rock, are veins of water that cannot escape to the surface and are confined to flow only where the bedrock will allow it. This protects the water from any climatic changes or factors of contamination that frequently affect surface water supplies. The volume of water in these confined aquifers is also far greater than most other private water supplies, with each vein of water being fed in turn by multiple other veins, and so on, fanning out underground across a vast distance. And this is an ongoing, sustainable, natural cycle, providing more water every day than most users would ever come close to using at their property. It does require a little more work to establish a borehole than a well or spring, requiring the use of a borehole drilling rig to drill through the superficial deposits and loose rock down to the trapped water in the bedrock. Using our own drill rig, our professional drill team are able to complete most drilling works in 2 to 3 days, depending on the actual depth to the bedrock and how many veins of water we are aiming to reach. The borehole itself will only be approximately 6 inches diameter at the surface, and once complete, the borehole wellhead is covered and protected by one of our weatherproof and insulated kiosks. Borehole water supplies do vary in quality. The levels of contaminants in the water coming from the differing types of bedrock the water has passed through to that point. So while treatment will still be necessary, the advantage of a borehole is that as the bedrock will never change, neither will the contaminants entering the water. This allows for a consistent quality of water, which in turn allows the treatment system we specify to constantly operate at optimum levels of performance, never having to suffer spikes in water quality, which may make filters and equipment work harder than is necessary. This maximizes the service life of the system and minimizes the ongoing maintenance costs, with some treatment vessels going 2 to 3 years before requiring any major servicing, depending on contaminant levels in the water. Given the protected nature of the water source itself, the reliability of the supply, and the optimum treatment systems we can install around the consistent water quality, boreholes really are the best source of private water, on paper and in practice.